Have you ever seen a movie about a treasure island? A daring hunt through uncharted waters, cursed gold, and mysterious maps. Now imagine this. What if one of those tales wasn't fiction at all? This story, once whispered in port cities and scratched into the journals of madmen, is said to be a true account, buried beneath centuries of denial and disbelief. It sounds like a tale, but this story actually happened in the year 1696. In the salt-ridden winds of the Indian Ocean, a pirate named Captain Elian Marrak found himself at the bitter edge of ruin. Once a Dutch privateer, Marrak had been cast out by the very empire he served. His crew, unpaid and restless, lingered in the shadowed ports of Fort Dauphin, Madagascar. There, in a dim tavern, thick with rum stench and tobacco smoke, Marrak overheard a tale that would change the course of his life. An old Somali sailor, drunk on clove wine, spoke of a phantom island, Isla Sang Ratu, the island of the royal blood. It was said to emerge only with the shifting of the monsoon winds, vanishing behind fog and reef. Upon it lay a treasure, cursed by ancient gods, guarded by a golden relic, the sun mask. Marrak scoffed at first, brushing it off as drunkard's gossip. But in the days that followed, strange signs stirred doubt in his heart. A shattered compass spinning without cause. A merchant dhow wrecked ashore, etched with strange Swahili markings, identical to those in the old sailor's tale. And then the dreams. Vivid visions of coral caves, golden light, and whispers in a language he'd never learned. By the time he returned to sea, Marrak was obsessed. He gathered a crew, desperate men, loyal to coin, not cause, and set sail eastward, guided by riddles, omens, and madness. They searched for weeks, then months. They never planned to stay that long, but the sea had other plans. When they finally spotted the island, their food and water were nearly gone. But the true challenge had just begun. Every time they approached the island, it moved further away. They could see it, its peaks, its strange misty shore. But the more they rowed toward it, the more it receded, like a mirage on the sea. Some of the crew swore the island was alive. Others claimed it was testing them. Finally, battered and half-starved, they reached land. Isla Sang Ratu was no myth. They landed amid tangled mangroves and eerie silence. The air was thick with rot and salt. Within the jungle, they found scattered bones, cracked skulls, and rusted weapons, evidence that others had come before them and never left. Their search for the treasure wasn't easy. It wasn't lying in plain sight. They followed clues, patterns carved into tree bark, symbols etched into ancient stone, and ritual markings left in a forgotten tongue. They ventured deep into a cave, where they finally found it. Portuguese gold, Mughal rubies, Arab coins, and the sun mask, its eyes hollow, its mouth twisted in a grin. But with the treasure came doom. Marrak's first mate Ravik betrayed him during a storm, leading a mutiny. Chaos erupted. Lightning split the sky as men turned on each other. The sea churned. Blood stained the deck. The island faded into fog. Of the entire crew, only one man, Severin Locke, was found weeks later, drifting half-mad on wreckage near Mombasa. His tale was horrifying. He spoke of curses, madness, and Marrak, wounded yet alive, carrying the sun mask into the fog as if returning home. He wasn't killed, Locke whispered. He walked back into the island, like it called him, like it owned him. No one believed him. Locke was dismissed as mad. The tale became a sailor's ghost story, but one boy listened. Kael D'Ravi, a young pirate, born of Goan blood and raised on sea decks, grew up haunted by Locke's words. Where others saw myth, Kael saw mystery. He believed Marrak had lived. He believed Isla Sang Ratu still waited. 2 decades later, Kael began his search. He followed broken charts, pieced together Marrak's path, questioned old traders in Zanzibar, and bribed drunken navigators. But he did not find the island. Instead, he found Marrak. In a crumbling village near the Horn of Africa, Kael found an old man with faded eyes, a limp, and a permanent sunburn. The villagers called him Eli. He denied everything, claimed he had never been a pirate. But Kael saw the truth. In the man's hut, beneath a floorboard, he found it, the sun mask, wrapped in cloth, staring back. Marrak didn't stop him. He only spoke once. "That island doesn't give gold, it takes. I left it behind, but it didn't leave me." Kael left that night. Marrak vanished days later. What became of them is another story. But sailors speak still of an island that emerges in fog and of a ship with no flag, led by a man with a golden mask. And they say, if you hear the whispers in the waves, don't follow them. For Isla Sang Ratu never forgets. Want to know what happened to Kael? Drop a comment for the next season of this story.